Does it get any better?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Zoom. So
Hi, everybody.
good to see you all here. Hi. So Thuraya, do you want to introduce me?
Yes, I'd like that very much. So we have with us today the amazing Ryan T. And Ryan has been a certified facilitator in access consciousness for 12 years, is it
Yeah,
now?
for 6, 7 years as a CF, but I've been doing access for almost 12 years.
Yeah, sorry, I just had an error here. 1 second.
Oh,
Okay,
where are you?
okay, I'm back.
Yeah, so I have been a CF for I think maybe since 2016. So that's like 7 years, almost 7 years. But I first started doing access since 2011. So that's almost 12
Wow.
years.
Well, you're almost as old as Access. How does it get any better? And Ryan is also a maestro. He's also a Right Riches for You facilitator. He's also a Business Done Different facilitator, a Talk to the Entities facilitator. And there was something else. There was
Something
Right
else. Keep
Recovery
going.
for You facilitator. It's a very long list. Would you
Yes.
like to add to that?
I guess okay, so I can introduce myself. So as I said, I found access in 2011. So at that time, my life didn't work. Okay, I had so many problems. I wasn't happy. I was hiding myself. Blah 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 blah. So, and money was my biggest problem at that time. So I was in debt. So I really wanted to change my life. So I kept searching for things and classes or whatever resources that I could have that can change my life. And somehow I found access, or maybe I can say that it's access found me, or both. Okay, we find each other. Just like a lot of you, uh, you were looking for changes, and so you found access, and then access is also always looking for people like you that are looking for changes. Okay, so I found access at that time, and when I attended my first bus class, I had no idea what I was doing. I couldn't even sense energy at that time. So I was actually the one person, I still remember, I was the one person in the class that couldn't sense energy. There were a few other participants, they had attended maybe a lot of other trainings, a lot of other classes, energy work before. And so when I was in the class, they were like, oh my God, I could feel the energy. The energy was so intense. And then I was like, what are you doing? In my heart, I was secretly judging them like, are you all making it up? Like, are you all crazy? Uh, but one thing about me was that I didn't give up. So I keep practicing access, even though I couldn't feel the energy. But I just kept going. I practiced with whoever that I can find, whoever that was willing to receive it from me. Um, and I also use the clearing statement, which I think you all know the clearing statement. So at that time, so I did very simple clearing with myself. For example, like, okay, everything that doesn't allow me to sense the energy with ease, okay, poke and pot, poke and pot, poke and pot. And then bit by bit, and then one day suddenly I'm like, oh, I think I can feel the energy. I think I sense the energy. So that's my beginning. And then after I could sense energy, of course, the next thing is my mind, my powerful mind was like, no, 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 you are just making it up. So then now I have the next problem to overcome. Okay, the next problem is I was doubting myself. Okay, which I believe a lot of you are maybe in this stage, or maybe you are going through this stage, right? From not able to sense energy to sensing energy and then doubting yourself. And so after that, I trust my awareness. And so I keep using SS tools and my life keep changing and keep changing and keep changing. But Okay, here comes the but. Okay. So many things change in my life, but not the money part. Okay, how many of you your current biggest problem, okay, I mean, if you have, okay, maybe it's money problem, it could be maybe body problem, maybe relationship problem, or whatever, okay, and probably that's why you keep searching for changes, for different possibilities, and you found access. The funny thing is, whatever that you have decided is your biggest problem, that's the thing you won't let it be changed easily. Okay, does this make sense to all of you? Oh, by the way, there are a lot of you
Yes.
not showing your faces. If you, I mean, you don't have to, but if you show your face, I mean, that would be great for me so that I know like how you look like, who I'm talking with. Okay. Yeah, Jiraya, did you want to say something just now? I saw you unmute.
No, just saying yes, I get it.
Okay. Yeah, so for tonight, so we can use the clearing statement to start changing things, okay? Even though like you are just here like, okay, who is this guy named Ryan T? Right? Okay, but we can change something. So where was I? Let me see. What was I talking just now? Oh yeah, so about the money thing. Okay. So when you decide what is your biggest problem, you will also have a lot of points of view. Like, since this is the biggest problem, it shouldn't be able to be changed so quickly. Okay, so it's your own definition to define what is big problem and also make it hard to change. So how everywhere that you define something as big problem or define something as hard to change or even impossible to change, now, good luck trying to change that. Everything that is, will you please destroy and create it all, please. Right, wrong, good and bad, pop and pot, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. So a lot of people, so let's say they come to access with money problem, and then they would find things start to change in their life. Like, oh yeah, I have more ease in this area of my life. I have more ease in this area of my life. People give me gift, things that I would like to have, they show up, except money. Okay, so why is that? Okay, because if you still have, let's say, I will just use money as example for tonight. So if you still have a lot of judgments about money, about getting rich, okay, so it's basically impossible for universe to contribute to you. So that is why universe can contribute to you in so many other areas, except the one thing that you still have a lot of judgments. Okay, so but at that time I didn't know this. I was just keep judging myself, blaming myself, like what happened, like why I couldn't change this. But luckily I didn't give up. I keep practicing, I keep running bars, receiving bars, blah blah blah, and then things start to change bit by bit. So I went from money being my biggest problem, complaining that I didn't know how to create my life, I didn't know how to create my business, into start creating money. And then after that, I create more and more and more. So I think a lot of you, if you are in the Telegram group, you saw that video, who is Ryan T, the self-made millionaire. I find it funny for me to talk about myself this way, but so I use access tools and I changed my entire life, especially in the money area. All right, so whenever people hear me talk about this thing, a lot of people like, really? Is that for real? Because we have heard so many stories, but sometimes it's like, yeah, that person that I don't even know who that is. But for me, it's like, hey, this is me. And some of you have met me before in some classes. So then people start to have questions for me like, what's your secret? Like, what did you do? And like, blah, blah, blah. So I'm happy to answer any questions about access in general or money or something, okay?
So, shall I tell you one of the things that were shared in the chat here?
Yeah, please.
So one of the comments here, which is actually quite common, which is, I chose, but it's not working.
No, 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 no. Stop lying to yourself. I don't mean you. I don't even know who wrote that. So stop lying to yourself. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
what is the lie? Can you
Yes.
say more about that?
Let me explain this part. Let me explain this part. Okay. Choice. A lot of people say they choose something, okay, but they didn't. They just pretend that they are choosing something. Okay, let me give you some random example. For example, some people will be like, I choose to have a healthier body, for example. Okay. But then if you look at their lifestyle, based on their lifestyle that they are choosing every day, every moment, what are they doing? Okay. So maybe they're doing a lot of things that won't contribute to them having a healthier body. Okay. So based on your action, you can tell what are you really choosing. Okay, so a lot of people will be like, I would love to be rich. And then the next moment, what do they do? You see them wasting their money, buying some random terrible things or whatever, right? So choice is not something that you talk about with your mouth, okay? For people, for human being, probably as soon as you open your mouth, you're lying. Okay, so look at your action, okay? So, and then the other thing is, if you say, I choose to have money, with that kind of strong intensity, you are probably not, okay? You are most likely not. People that really choose money will be like, oh, okay, I can choose that. Sure, I will choose that. People that are not choosing that, they have to use a lot of energy with intensity to prove that they are choosing it. They'll be like, I choose to be rich. I love money. And then money is like, you don't love me. I can sense that. It's like, for example, let's say your husband or, I don't know, boyfriend or girlfriend, wife, whatever, okay, say to you like, I love you. Do you not get that? With that intensity to prove that they love you. You'll be like, you are so not. Okay. So how many of you are not choosing money? You're not choosing to have money, but please don't judge you, okay? My only intention to talk about this is to bring this to your awareness. And when you acknowledge that, then you can change it. The more you are willing to be honest with yourself, what do I mean honest is, so you realize what is your true choice, okay? The more you are being honest with yourself, the more you can change it. So let's say if you hate money, okay, you have so many judgments about money, you hate money, you are secretly fighting against money, but then with your logical mind, what you say is, I love money, I want more money. So with that, you will never be able to discover how much you actually hate money. Okay, but if you stop lying to yourself and you realize that like, okay, I said I want to be rich, but wow, I actually have so much judgments about money. I actually hate money that much. Holy shit, wow. At that moment, now you're like, you're not hiding those limitations anymore. You're like, oh wow, all these limitations are here. Okay, now what do you choose? You can choose to clear them, let them go, make a different choice, and start to change your life. Okay, so everywhere that you are not choosing money, but you act like you are choosing money, which means you are actually lying to yourself, will you please destroy and create all of that? Give yourself a chance to realize where you are still avoiding money, still hating money, and now allow that to be changed. Right, wrong, good and bad, pop and pot, all nice shorts, boys, poets and beyonds. It has a lot of energy. A lot of you are so good at lying to yourself. How good are you at lying to yourself? Okay, those of you that are laughing, okay, I know you're like, oh shit, he knows that I'm lying to myself. Yes, I know. Not only I know, everyone knows, okay? So how good are you at lying to yourself? And that is exactly why whatever that you said you want to change, you are not changing yet. Everything that is times a gazillion will now please destroy and create. Right, wrong, good and bad, pop and pot. Oh, nice shots, boys, forwards, and Milans. Oh, wait, I can hear myself. Cool. After you unmute, I can hear myself echoing back. I mean, if you have a question, please ask. But do you have a question? Or do you have something that you want to say? So welcome to this Zoom where we talk about self-honesty. Hey, you didn't expect that, right? I've been there and done that because I remember this. The first few years of me doing access, because of the money thing still not changing. So I went to my facilitator at that time and then I asked her like, why is it not changing yet? Why I see everyone change and then have more money except me? And then she said this to me. She said, if things are not changing, there must be some lies somewhere. Okay, so the lies could be you are actually still defending against, let's say, defending for, let's say, poverty, defending against money, okay, for whatever reason, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, so be honest with yourself. That is very, very important to create changes in your life. I hope this helps. And yeah, okay, so
Yes, thank you. That is such a contribution. Thank you. There's definitely like these energies that are coming up about the lie.
mhm.
It's like, what are you talking about? I'm doing access consciousness. How can I lie to myself? I am conscious. So thank you
Wait,
for
wait, wait,
bringing
wait,
that
wait, wait,
up.
wait, wait, wait. I want to talk about something else. Doing access
Yes.
consciousness doesn't mean you change.
News flash, everybody.
Doesn't mean that access
Just so you
consciousness
know.
doesn't work. Access consciousness works beautifully, magically. Okay.
Yes.
But if you are not choosing to change, even if you have the most wonderful, most powerful tools, you are still not changing. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, think about this. On the entire planet Earth, like I would say most people have not heard about access, right? Okay, access is growing, but there are still so many people that have never heard about access. There are so many people that they have never attend any seminars about changing financial situation or something. Okay, but they keep creating their lives, they keep changing things that don't work for them, and then their lives expand more and more and more. Okay, why? Because they choose. Okay, so for people that choose, even though they don't have these wonderful tools called access consciousness, but they will still be able to create things and change their life. Okay, for people that don't choose, even if you give them like the most wonderful tools, they will still be holding on to the limitations and complain about things not changing. Okay, so if you actually choose to change, and if you really make that choice, you will change. And with all these tools, when I say all these tools, including things outside of access, okay, so we have learned a lot of things. Some are useful, some are not that useful, okay, or maybe depends on situation. So if you choose, then everything else can contribute. Everything that you have learned before can contribute. So what choices are you avoiding? Wow. And how much energy are you using to avoid that? Everything that is times a gazillion. Will you please destroy and create that, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, pop and pot, all nine shorts, boys, boys and girls. And I can feel that like not that many people like this conversation. I can feel it. It's like telling you to be honest with yourself seems to be like the hardest thing to talk to to talk to you about. So um let me see what I can do. Okay, give me a moment. So to keep things simple, how much energy are you using to keep lying to yourself and not change what you said you would like to change. Everything that is times a gazillion will not please destroy and create. Right, wrong, good and bad, pop and pot. Oh, nice shots, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Let me do that one more time, just for the fun of it. How much energy are you using to keep lying to yourself and not change what you said you would like to change? Everything that is times a gazillion will not please destroy and create. Right, wrong, good and bad, pop and pot. Oh, nice shots, boys, perverts, and beyonds. I don't think that's enough. One more time. So how much energy are you using to keep lying to yourself and not change what you said you would change? Everything that is times a gazillion will please destroy and create. Right, wrong, good and bad, pop and pot. Oh, nice shots, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Okay, that's enough for now.
I was starting to go blind at some point. How does it get any better? So what I got from what you were just saying is that one, like with the choice, it's about making, the following choices and actions need to be congruent with
Yes.
what you're choosing and asking for. That's one thing. And then in addition to that, it's the idea of being honest with yourself.
You don't have to be
Are
honest
you
with other
actually
people,
choosing it?
but at least be honest with yourself.
And when you mention honesty, is it the same as vulnerability or is it different?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are being vulnerable, meaning you are not hiding anything with yourself. Okay, so let's say if you really hate money and choose against money, well, it's good to know that. I mean, whether we'll change it or not, that's a different story, but at least be truthful to yourself to know what your real choices are. And this is something that I am always still continuously work on myself, okay? Like to unhide things from myself so that I know, okay, where in my life am I still lying to myself and keep things from changing? And of course, at first, it was not easy at all. It's like, I need to be that honest with myself. Yeah, but eventually you'll be like, okay, it gets easier and easier, easier and easier. Okay, so any other questions?
Thank you for that. Coco, Colette, do you have a question? Or is it just a hi? Just making sure. It's just a hi. Okay, cool. So I guess my next question is, when we're laser focused on changing something, like it has to change, like if it's with our money or business, for example, and the thing we want to change, we're just, when you bring your face so close to the page, can you really read it or see what it actually is? So is there something about money that we keep that gets us to use it as a distractor from being, in that sense that we're not looking at the other areas where actually it would allow us to access more consciousness if we were to just take a few steps back? Is that a question?
Yeah, it is.
Because I'm just getting it visually.
And I also get the energy of what you are asking.
Thank you.
Let's put it this way. Money problem, 99% of the time, I mean, it's not really about money. But when you have money problem, you will be so deeply believing that it's all about money. And this is a trap. Once you go into that direction to think that money is a problem, now your entire mindset is all about like money is a problem and money is also the solution. Okay. So you're like, okay, when money is a problem and I need money to be the solution. So you will be always blaming money, judging money, and then at the same time hoping that money will come and solve your problem. How insane is that? Okay, so not only that, it distracts you from really seeing and knowing what's going on, why you have the so-called money problem, but it actually make things worse. Okay, so yeah, I know people have judgments about money. This is a universal thing, regardless of where you are from. People have so much judgments about money and so much judgments about rich people, for example. So you can always continuously work on that to talk and pot, clear all your judgments about money, all the thoughts, feeling, emotions about money. You can keep working on that. But at the same time, you also have to know, with the so-called money problem, what are you actually doing, or what are you trying to prove, or what are you avoiding, or what are you defending? Okay, so I'll just give us a few random examples that I can think of right now. For example, could money problem be actually due to lack of self-kindness? You're like, what? If you are truly, truly, truly being kind to yourself, would you let you have money problem? Might drop, you know. Okay, so you see, people don't see where they are actually not being kind to themselves. And of course, creating problems, drama, and trauma in your life is a way of you torturing yourself and not being kind to yourself. But if you make the commitment like, all right, I'm not going to treat myself badly anymore, I love myself, all right, then things start to change. Okay, so I get that you're actually know what I'm saying. Like, if you would be kind to you, you will stop choosing things against yourself. You will start to choose more and more what actually works for you and what would actually contribute to your life. And maybe some people choose money problems so that they can prove that they are a victim. They use money problem to prove that they are not good enough. Okay, because if you see, we judge ourselves so much. We are always judging ourselves like we are not good enough. I am still wrong here, blah, blah, blah. So now if you have a lot of money, you don't have money problems, it doesn't allow you to judge you that much, because you're like, okay, well, whatever that I thought was wrong, apparently it's working. That's why I have money. But if you keep having money problem, you can use that money problem to justify all your judgments against yourself as true and real. You'll be like, yeah, see, I'm not good enough. That's why I have money problem. So what are you trying to prove with the money problem you are choosing? Oh, everything that is. Will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good and bad, power and pot, all 9 shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. Okay, so what are you trying to prove with the money problems you are choosing? Everything that is, all the self-judgments here, will you please destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good and bad, power and pot, all 9 shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. Okay. Next question.
That was a big one.
Are you all still alive? Are you all still awake?
Are you guys still alive? Exactly. Where are we?
You're like, what's my name? Where am I? What happened to me?
Exactly. Thank you for that. It's almost like, as you were, facilitating just now, it's almost like, are we not acknowledging ourselves as the creators of our reality and waiting for money to be like a savior of mankind with us of some sort, or
Yes.
whoever has the money to be our savior?
If you see money as the savior, you are actually, the hidden point of view, the unspoken point of view here is money is more powerful than you. And because of you make money as something more powerful than you, it's now even harder for you to create money. But how can money be more powerful than you? Money is just something that people invented, right? Money is just something that we use to do trading. So how can something like this become more powerful than you? Okay, so if you are willing to be powerful, then you use money to solve your problem. Okay, please hear this. You use money to solve your problem. Money wouldn't automatically come and solve your problem. Okay, but if you still hold on to all those trauma and drama, like even if you have money, you are still creating more trauma and drama. So it's really about you changing your point of view about your entire life, how you look at life, how you look at yourself. Yeah, otherwise, if you, let's say, still with the lack of self-kindness, when you have more money, maybe you will do more crazy things. Okay, see, people that don't have money, they will always think that money will solve all the problems. But how many rich people that you know, including a lot of, let's say, politicians, entrepreneurs, celebrities, you know, whatever, they have a lot of problems as well. Okay, so they have so much money, they have maybe 100 times more money than us. Okay, but they have a lot of money as a lot of problems as well. So it's never about money solving the problem. It's about, are you committed to having more ease, joy, and glory in your life, or are you still committed to holding on to all those craziness and yuckiness? I wish I knew all these things like 12 years ago. If I have the time travel machine, I would send myself back and then slap myself. Hey, Ryan, wake up. Stop believing that money is the problem.
Maybe that's like an idea for a t-shirt. I mean, that's a business idea. Just,
Yeah.
create like a clothing line. Stop thinking money's the problem. Interesting. Cool. So
You
maybe
know
let
what?
me just tell them, yeah, go
You know,
ahead. Yeah.
Gary has that book called Money is Not the Problem You Are. How many of you have read that book? Right. Oh yeah, you have that book like right beside you. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, let me tell you what. I bought that book many, many, many years ago, and I didn't read it. I completely avoided that book. Okay, and then one day, I don't know why, suddenly I went and read that book. And when I was reading that book, I was like, oh my God, it's talking about me. It describes exactly what I was doing. Okay, and why did I avoid that book? Because I didn't want to acknowledge that I was the problem. I was still like denying that I was the problem. I was like, no, I'm not the problem. Money is the problem. And then when I was willing to be present with this and face it and no more lying to myself, I'm like, all right, I need to read this book. Okay, wow, I'm the problem, not money. And things start to change. I guess a lot of you can go and read this book again. Even if you have read it before, please read it again. Maybe you get something out of it differently this time. Sorry, I interrupted you.
100%.
Please continue.
No, thank you. It's like for any access book, really, like reading it once is like, you're not going to get everything from just reading it once. Absolutely. Read it 20, 30, forever times. So thank you for the recommendation. And I actually just want to mention to everybody here that you can also send your questions. It's not just Thuraya asking. So also please send your questions. Even in Arabic, I will translate the questions. And here's a question here from Isadora. So she's saying it's consuming, that everything contribution, allowing more space for receiving everything as a contribution.
I don't actually understand this question. What do
Me
you
neither.
mean?
Can you say it again, Isadora?
What do you mean consuming? I know what's consuming, but what do you mean consuming in this context?
Is
Hello.
it consuming, or
Hello?
maybe it's a different word? Mhm.
Yes, I can hear you
Okay.
as well.
Yeah. I just perceive a space that I'm being with myself, considering that everything must be a contribution. And sometimes that makes me a space allowing receive everything as a contribution, but sometimes I'm feeling like I'm hiding some acknowledge, or I'm hiding that joy of awareness of myself, like knowing is that really a contribution to me to choose that, or no, it's not. Like back to that thing you said about lying to yourself.
Mhm. Do you
Yeah.
like it? Truth, do you like that?
I
Never
was
mind,
liking
with your
a habit
question.
more. No, not anymore.
Okay. Yeah, actually, everything is contribution. Everything can be a contribution if you allow it, okay, including problems. And so, how is a problem a contribution? What if you don't look at problem as a problem? What if the so-called problem is there are some possibilities here that are waiting for you to choose and waiting for you to uncover it? Okay, how often because of you have so-called problem, and you really want to change that, you ask a lot more questions, and then you use every tools that you can have, and then try to change it. And along the way, you get a lot of awareness. Okay, so it's like through the problem, you are getting a lot of awareness that otherwise you couldn't get. Okay, so what if now you stop judging those things as problems, stop judging those things as bad or wrong, and let things actually be a contribution by maybe simply asking a question, okay, what contribution can this be?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I was judging everything. It must be a contribution. I'm choosing this class. It must be a contribution. You know, it's a contribution. Show me how you can be a contribution to me. You are going to be a contribution, like forcing rather than allowing everything to be the contribution it truly be. So yeah.
Yeah, but the key thing here is really about not judging. If you still judge, you would be mentally trying to make it a contribution, but at the
Yeah.
same time, prove that it's not.
Yes. That's true.
For example, let me use body pain as an example here. So a lot of people, they'll be like, yeah, I know my body is talking to me. I know my body is trying to tell me something. And then you're like, body, tell me, what are you trying to tell me? But it doesn't work because you are still like, body, the pain is just pure wrong. Okay. But if you really not judging your body anymore, like being in the space of having peace with your body, like, hey, body, what are you trying to tell me? You get it instantaneously.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Different space. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for your question.
That was amazing. Thank you. And there's actually one thing I'd like to ask. I mean, we still have some time left.
Yeah.
When you were doing the symphony, the group symphony session
Yeah.
the other day, you were talking about like relaxation.
Uh-huh.
And I'd like to kind of look at the relaxation that we can be with money and business. And I know it's like easier said than done, like just relax.
Yeah.
So can you say more about relaxation, please?
Well, this is a huge topic. Why did I say it's a huge topic? Because everyone understands the word relaxation, but most people are not. Most people believe in lack, believe in scarcity. So of course, then the reaction based on the lack and scarcity will be like, now I need to prove I'm valuable. I need to prove I'm good so that I can get more, get money, get opportunities, whatever. So you are always in that proving and then always trying to get something like, what can I do to get more money? So that is not the energy and the mindset that will allow you to have relaxation. But if you really know that the universe has your back, not as just a mental concept, but really know that and let the universe contribute to you, you can relax. You'll be like, hey, all right, universe, I would like to have more money. What do I need to be or do for more money to show up? Help me, please. Okay, but okay, let me give you another example, an analogy for you to understand this. Okay, so if you let's say you invite someone to come to your house. Okay, let's say you have a party, you invite someone, and you make that person so significant, and if that person comes, it means something. If that person doesn't come, it means something else or whatever. And now you are not so sure if that person is coming. Okay, then after you invite that person to your house, and then you wouldn't be able to relax. You'll be like, oh my God, is he coming or not? Is he coming or not? I don't think he's coming. I think he might be secretly hating me. Maybe he just say yes, but he won't come. You won't relax, right? But now think about it this in a different way. So let's say you know someone, let's say a best friend, you know you can trust this person. And of course, it's a best friend that you see regularly. There's no significance here. You'll be like, hey, do you want to come to my house for dinner? Your friend said, sure. You'll be just relaxing at your home because you know it. You know your friend will really come. Okay? But if you don't function from asking and receiving, you are asking and then doubting and then going crazy with your mind, like, okay, is he going to come? Then this is where you cannot relax. So a lot of people, when they ask for, hey, I would like to have more money to show up, they ask for money to show up, they are never relaxed because they have already decided the money will not come. Okay, so your point of view create your reality. You have decided the money will not come with ease, and then now you try to relax, it's not going to happen. Is this too much information?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's what we asked for, isn't it? How does it get any better? So let me just check. Is there any questions for Ryan here about money, about business? Please
About
share them
anything.
in the chat, or you can raise your hand and talk to him directly. You don't have to just, post in the chat. Awesome. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, someone
So
just
there's a question from that. Awesome. Go ahead.
hello, Doa.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you? So these days I have this problem. I don't know if it's a problem or I just decided it's a problem. When
Okay.
I receive when I receive money, I just spend all of it. Like I don't like keep like a little side. No, I spend it all. Like I'm pushing it away. Like I don't want it, you know? So I want to change that. I don't want to like spend all money and not leave anything.
Do you like money? Truth?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you
Well,
sure?
well, I get I get overwhelmed when I have a lot of money. Like it's like
If you really
stressing.
like money, you wouldn't feel overwhelmed. Things that you like,
Mm,
no matter how much you have, you'll be like, yeah, universe, bring it more, bring it on, give me more. But things that you're like,
mm.
it could be a problem. Oh my God, too much. It's overwhelming me.
Yeah,
Please take away. And then you start to repel it by spending it.
yeah, exactly. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So how can I change that? How can I
Um,
not be stressful around money?
one thing that, okay, so there's so many things that you can do. And of course, there are a lot of classes, a lot of books as well. One thing that really helped me many, many years ago was that I really asked myself a lot, like, what do I hate about money? All right, so let's do that together for tonight, okay? So everyone, whatever things that pop up for you, we will just clear it together, okay? So Truth, what do you hate about money? Your mind said, no, I don't hate money, I want money, but it never comes. Yeah, but you're like, yeah, actually I hate money. So everything that is, will you please destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good and bad, pop and pot. Oh, nine shots, boys, poets and beyonds. So Truth, what do you hate about money? Everything that is times a godzillion will now please destroy and create. Right, wrong, good and bad, power and part, all nice shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, so what do you hate about money? See, with all this heavy energy, there's still so much unconsciously hating money. It's really not easy for money to come to you. Okay, so it took me weeks. Okay, when I say weeks, I don't mean like do it once a day. That's it. Like I just nonstop like ask myself whenever I had time, I have free time. I'm like, okay, so what do I hate about money? Something pop up, clear it. Maybe some memories pop up, clear it. Some emotion pop up, clear it. Or sometimes it's just some feeling that I don't have words to describe. Who cares? Talk and pot, all of that. Okay. And I was really committed to changing my financial reality. So I had the tools and I use it nonstop. And then things start to change for me. Okay, so what do you hate about money? Everything that is times a gazillion will now please destroy and uncreate. Right, wrong, good and bad, power and part, all nice shots, boys, poets, and beyonds. Okay, so for tonight, I don't have that much time to like go deeper into this subject, but I can give you some advice. So the book, Money is Not a Problem You Are, can definitely be a great help. And also the How to Become Money workbook. Okay, please do it. It's called workbook. Okay, you need to work through it. Okay, it's not that you read it for fun. Okay, so you really, because inside that book it has I think 13 questions that when you answer it, it requires you to be super honest with yourself to find out what are your real points of view about money, and then clear it and then let things change for you. And of course, the book Right Riches for You, that is a great book as well. And that's also the class that I will be facilitating in Jeddah next month. So I'm coming to Saudi Arabia for the first time in this lifetime. So I look at the energy like, okay, well, okay, so if you miss the beginning of this Zoom, so Turaya was like trying to introduce me like Ryan is Right Riches CF, Right Recovery for You, and then she like lost count like how many things I have. I have so many. I don't even know if I can list them. Let me try. So I'm a TTTE CF, X-Men CF, Joy of Business CF, Relationship Done Different CF, 3-Day Body Class CF, Right Recovery for You CF. It seems like there's another one that I don't remember now. Okay, whatever. So I have too many things. So I look at the energy like, okay, what could create more? What really could contribute? So the thing that pop up, the first thing that pop up is the Right Riches for You 2.5-day class. So that's one class that I will be doing in Jeddah. My mind is not working that well right now. It's almost my 3 a.m. right now, so I don't remember what are the other classes. Maybe Turaya or someone can help
I
me.
can tell them, yeah, I can share with them the classes now, and perhaps Coco can
Yes, this
also
is done different.
post
Yes,
them in the
this is done different.
chat.
Yes.
So let me tell you guys what we have coming up in Jeddah with Ryan. How does it get any better? What else is possible? I mean, thank you for this call. It just opened up so many spaces already, and I'm just,
I hope this is
so
not
many
too
tools to play
brutal for
with.
you all.
I mean, sometimes brutality is required, yeah.
I will be way more brutal in live class.
So in Jeddah, starting the 5th of September. So, mark it in your calendars, you guys. On the 5th of September, we have the meet and greet with Ryan. On the 6th, we have a having you in relationships, which is a right recovery for you specialty. From the 7th to the 9th of September, we have business done different. So that is like a 3-day class. It has no prerequisites. So far, I mean, access changes every day. So far, no prerequisites. On
Okay, let's
the 9th,
can I
yeah,
talk about something first? So, for the meet
yeah,
and
please.
greet, please come. I don't know what I will talk about during the meet and greet. It might be something like tonight, like we can talk about anything. Just ask me anything, or we just go with the energy to talk about whatever. And so, and then the next class, having you in relationship, this is something that requires you to be really, really be courageous. Okay. Because so many people, they lose themselves in relationship. Okay. So this is where you start to recover you. Okay. So that in the relationship, you don't lose you, you actually have you. Okay, so that's the right recovery for you specialty class. And then the business done different, which I think a lot of you know that. So yeah, so that's the first part. Okay, so sorry, keep going.
No, please, thank you. And yes, so on the 11th of September, there is a one-day class, a talk to the entity specialty, which is house and space clearing. That's a one-day class. On the 12th, changing your relationship with food, which is also a right recovery for you specialty. Would you
Okay,
like to say anything
yes,
about those? Yeah.
yes. How many of you use overeating to avoid creating your life? That's it. That's all I'm willing to say for now.
That's it. That's all you need to know. And on the 12th, there's also going to be a symphony group taster that you can attend in person. Would you like to say something about what is symphony group taster in case, they
So
haven't heard of it before?
yeah, so the other day, so in the Telegram group, maybe you join the symphony group taster, or maybe you listen to the recording. So that's an online way of doing it. And so I will be doing one in person in Jeddah. So I am not sure about the topic yet, but when I know it, you will know it too.
Awesome. And on the 14th, we have the Right Riches for You intro, which can be attended both in person and online. And then 15th and 16th is Right Riches for You. It's a 2-day class, correct?
It's
So
actually
Right
the
Riches
entire
for
program 2.5 day.
2.5 day. Okay, so the
Yes.
whole thing is 2.5 days. The class itself has to be live, but the intro is both online and in person.
Yes.
Would you like to say something about Right Riches for You, or
People have not been educated about money. Okay. When since we started to know this thing called money when we were a kid, it's always with trauma and drama, like all the judgments, all the hatred, like you have to sacrifice your time, you have to sacrifice your happiness, you have to do things that you don't like, try to please people that you don't like in order to get money. Okay, so for example, if you look at, let's say, your parents' reality, most likely if we come from a normal family background, like it's all about like working hard, like sacrificing something for money. All right. So no one really taught us what's money. So the right riches for you is where you use your own awareness to find out what's your financial reality and start creating that. Start asking for that to show up, start choosing it, start creating it, and never give up.
Thank you so much
I
for
cannot
that.
wait. I cannot wait to do that class. Oh my God, it's next month. I need to
all
wait.
these classes are so exciting. And there's also, we're going to share everything with you guys in the Telegram for sure. On the 16th, also after Right Riches, there's going to be an Introducing the Symphony, also live in person. And on this Thursday, there's going to be a clarity night.
I will let
Would
you
you
talk about
like to
that. I'll
tell
let you
them
talk about
about
that.
it?
I'll
You
let you
want
talk
me
about
to
that.
talk about it?
Yes.
So our team was talking about love for some reason. One of us brought up love, and she's like, "We have a romantic here with us. Who's romantic?" And I said, "I'm romantic. Don't say anything bad about love." And then Ryan was like, "Huh, hold on a second. How about we do a clarity night? I don't want to wait until I come to Jeddah. I'm going to do it now. So let's do it this Thursday." And it's titled The Love That Distracts You. And what is it that you said, Ryan? Is that when you no longer have the distractor implants, you
Okay.
can actually enjoy love, or if I
Yes.
butchered it, I'm very sorry.
So, wait, there's a mosquito here. All right. So if you have done, let's say, the foundation class, or maybe you have read some books, or maybe attended some other classes, maybe you have already heard about love is a distractor implant. So what is distractor implant? It's something that implanted in you, designed to distract you. Okay, distract you from having choices, having freedom, and so on and so forth. Oh, so that's why so many people are like going crazy with love. But it's not that love is bad. Okay, if you clear those distractor implants about love, then now you can choose to love someone and be loved by choice, and you have freedom, and then you can enjoy having love. Okay, so this is where love stop becoming something that limits you, but you let love be something that expand your life. Hashtag let love be something that expand your life.
Another t-shirt. I'm just gonna steal quotes from you and start my own business.
Go ahead.
Yeah, have your blessing. Thank you so much. This was, I mean, such a gift. Thank you for you. And we are so excited to have you in Jeddah in, just a few weeks. So how does it get any better? Less as possible. And, just make sure you have a lot of space for all the food that you're going to have here. That's my only recommendation.
That might be too difficult for me. Not because of I have any points of view about the food there. Normally for me, I eat like 1 meal a day or maximum 2, and it's not big portion.
We'll
So
make sure it's a big meal.
that's my body changed. My body changed so much. So suddenly it requires less food, and I lost a lot of weight like very easily, very quickly, just by willing to listen to my body. So I don't know, most of the time I no longer force my body to eat what it doesn't want to eat. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Noted.
thank you anyway.
Thank you, and see you on Thursday, you guys. We're gonna share all the dates and all the upcoming stuff and the links to register in the Telegram group. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Yeah, so very soon you will get the information about the class, about clearing the distractor implants called love, the love that distracts you. And so if you're interested, maybe I'll see you again online on Thursday. Okay. All right.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. And thank you, all of you wonderful people. And thank you, all the questions. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed this Zoom. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. And thank you, Mona, for translating. Bye.